On a previous part, we've made an introduction to this game. This part covers the rooms before the boss in Garden Forgotten by Time segment. Once you finish shopping for the final time, we're going to dupe the items again. You want to make sure that you have 9 of everything. And then you should reorganize the item to find which way is the easiest for you to access. I did mine like this because of the muscle memory, and it's also because it's the easiest way for me. Once you finish organizing the item as you're about to exit the hallway, make sure you equip the Jade Mask. You can also equip it later on before you first get spawned at the Garden Forgotten by Time. What are you going to notice through this entire run that you can just run through the candles, because that's exactly what this accessory does. It's a very convenient item, especially later on, wherein I can line up high-speed edges without worrying about candles getting in my way. Coming up after this hallway, 8 skeleton room. The strategy is to line them up, which heavily depended on the spawn point. I also make sure that I don't knock the other skeletons away. I prefer to use a square triangle against one-on-one skeleton. Triangle delay into double triangle when they are lined up, because it's much more convenient. If many of them spreads out, then you got pretty bad room unless otherwise. Coming up after this room, a T hallway. There's a yellow candle, and you should pick the sub-weapon. It's a very important pick, because axe by far the most useful sub-weapon when no orbs have been collected. Followed by that, there's an evil stabber room. Optimally, you want the evil stabber to spawn just as Leon gets near him. In addition, you don't want it to fall over from your attacks. Triangle 3 times, axe into a triangle 3 times will finish it every time. With any luck, it will die by the door. If you got him pinned into wall, finish it with double flame kick. So many RNG factors for him to randomly knock. Down. Gargoyle rooms is purely RNG because most of the time the first throw is completely blind. Since the first gargoyle doesn't always come down that fast, optimally you want both gargoyles to go down with that first axe, but it's pretty much luck. And for the third gargoyle you need to pray for the immediate swoop, so you can throw it after. This room is pretty hard to explain, since it has the same story as the skeleton, except you're throwing axe a lot of times. You have to be wary of your heart management. If you throw the axe 3 times, when they're lined up they're pretty much dead, but you should throw some triangles and combos through them. Use the relic when it's necessary. Evil stabbers, like I said, they are completely RNG, as I explained from the last room when the last time we saw this enemy. There are so many adaptations to this enemy that you should get used to it, which I can showcase various clips for that, some good examples. The skeleton warriors and evil stabber is very precise. You have to make sure that you aim at the correct angle to kill the first 2 skeletons, and then you have to aim the axe again in order to kill the final skeletons before you proceed comboing evil stabber. This room is pretty straightforward. you just activate the relic, since the statue does work wonders against them. The archers only have 30 HP. The man-eating plant room, you have to make sure the axe to double hit it in order to make it open immediately. The angle for the throw is pretty forgiving, fortunately. Jewel Crusher, the most broken accessory in the game. You'll see why shortly. And yes, make sure to equip it. DragonDarch prefers to conserve rubies against the skeleton flower and the gargle room, but I prefer using sapphire followed by ruby immediately. For the skeleton, for this room, you use ruby to clear out the buckbirds and then throw the axe to finish off the flower. If you got a bad ONG, use the sapphire to finish it off. After that, you should use the diamonds when you have a chance to recover your hearts, your mana, and your HP. So you have to wait for the poison lizard to completely spawn so you can throw one sapphire and one ruby. You have to make sure that most of the lizards within your screen, and then repeat that again for the second spawn, and that's it. That's the end of the segment. The rooms before the boss, or the garden forgotten by time. I'll see you on the next part to discuss about the boss Medusa.